Hi there, kings and queens of the Zodiac. It's been some time and I feel it's best time to upload a new video for the new moon in Pisces. So we're going to see how all this dreamy, intuitive lunar energy impacts each sign. And I'm really curious to hear what you think about all this because especially since this new moon is supposed to be all about magic and miracles, and it's definitely a powerful time, no doubt about it. So what does it even mean though? Magic and miracles. It sounds kind of vague, right? But it really speaks to the Pisces energy, heightened intuition, spiritual connection, and I'm kind of blurring the lines between the metaphysical and the metaphysical realms. So less about pulling rabbits out of hats and more about tapping into a deeper, more intuitive way of being. And that's where things get interesting because this energy, it's going to manifest differently for each zodiac sign. So let's go through them one by one. So starting with Aries, fairy Aries, it's time for you to retreat and recharge. Which for a sign that's always on the go sounds kind of counterintuitive, right? So it seems like uh, this retreat, it's not about being lazy or anything. It's more about a strategic realignment of energy. So for Aries, you see that this new moon is putting a spotlight on your 12th house. And that's all about the subconscious solitude and letting go. So it's time to look inward, process emotions, and replenish your energy, before you go on new adventures. So, like a timeout, cosmic timeout to catch your breath and reflect a bit. So, I can almost picture you meditating on a mountaintop or something like that. And that's a great way to put it. It's about realizing that even the most energetic people, you need time to rest and look inward if you want to grow. So, it makes a lot of sense. For Taurus, the grounded earth sign, it mentions that community and social circles will be important to you. So how does this fit in with all this Pisces energy? Well, for Taurus, this new moon is activating your 11th house. And that's the house of, groups, friends, friendships, shared visions. And the Pisces energy, it's pushing you to connect with people who get you, who shared their values and goals. So this could mean joining new communities, working on projects, or just strengthening their existing friendship or your existing friendships. So less about, just casual friends and more about those really deep connections. And that's where the magic can happen because through these connections, you might find new opportunities, resources, and things that are in line with your path. And it's like a cosmic networking event, but with more heart and soul. So that's great. And yeah, he like that. It's really great. It's about realizing the power of working together and what can happen when you connect with people who see the world like you do. So I bet you some of you could probably are already texting your friends and planning new projects. So talking about the Gemini, the zodiac social butterfly, I see here that you'll be focused on your career and ambitions. So does this mean you should ditch the small talk and just get down to the business? Well, for Gemini, this new moon is all about 10th house, your 10th house, the house of career, public image, achievements, all that. And but because of Pisces, it's not about climbing the ladder, it's about finding a career path that matches your soul's purpose. You might feel pulled toward work that lets you be creative, connect with others deeply, or make a real difference. So it's less about fame and fortune and more about finding something that truly excites you. And this new moon is asking you to think about your legacy. What do you want to leave behind? Dream big. Think outside the box. Pursue things you are passionate about. So I can probably feel or see that some of you Gemini could be already updating your resumes and brainstorming. So that's great. So next is Cancer, the sensitive water sign. I see here travel, education, and spiritual pursuits for you. And that sounds pretty dreamy even for Cancer. And for Cancer, this new moon is highlighting your ninth house, which is all about expansion, exploration, connecting with something bigger and than yourselves. And with Pisces ruling this house, it's not just about physical journeys, but also mental and spiritual ones. You might want to study something new, explore different philosophies, or just spend more time in nature, connecting with your inner wisdom. So it's about pushing boundaries and expanding your horizons in all sorts of ways. And this exploration could lead you to unexpected places, both physically and metaphorically. So that's where the element of serendipity comes in. So now going to Leo, the radiant outgoing fire sign, it says here that this new moon is a time for deep emotional healing for you. So that's great. That sounds pretty intense. So for the sign that's usually so full of life, yeah, it seems like a bit strange. But for Leo, this new moon is activating your eighth house, which is all about, well, it's a very transformative area of the chart, sometimes challenging. It deals with death, rebirth, intimacy, shadow work, and with Pisces, there's a lot of sensitivity, vulnerability, which can bring up deep emotions. So it's about putting on a brave face and more about facing those inner shadows head on. And this is where the magic comes in, because by working through those darker parts of yourselves, Leo can heal and become even stronger and more authentic. So it's like a cosmic therapy session, helping Leo shed those old layers, and step into your most empowered self. And it can be a very freeing experience for Leo. So wow, I'm seeing a pattern here. This new moon is all about deep inner work, no matter what your sign is. So for Virgo, the detailed-oriented Earth sign, it says that relationships will be front and center for you. So how does that work with the Pisces energy? Well, for Virgo, this new moon is shining in your seventh house, the house of partnerships and one-on-one relationships and commitment. With Pisces influence, there's a shift. It's less about analyzing, perfecting, and more about simply connecting on a heart level. You might crave more intimacy, empathy, and understanding in your relationships. So less about being critical and more about nurturing those bonds. So this new moon is telling you to loosen your grip on control and go with the flow in your relationships. So you might find yourself being more open, expressing your needs and letting your heart lead the way. So some of your Virgo could probably already sending heartfelt texts and planning romantic evenings or date with your person, your boyfriend or girlfriend, your POI. Now to Libra, the sign of harmony and balance. It suggests you'll be focusing on health and daily routines. So honestly, it sounds kind of boring compared to all those mystical energy we've been talking about. But what's really going on? So for Libra, this new moon is activating your sixth house, and that's all about health, work, and daily routines. So, but because of Pisces, there's this need to set healthy boundaries, create structure that lets you thrive in the midst of all this Piscean energy. This could mean adding mindfulness to your day, prioritizing your sleep and self care, or maybe just finding creative ways to channel your emotions. So, this about staying grounded in the practical while still tapping into the dreamy energy. So, finding a balance between the two, and that's where the magic happens because when you take care of your physical and mental well-being, you experience a deeper sense of harmony and balance everywhere in your life. So even the simple stuff can be meaningful under this new moon. So yeah, now about Scorpio, the intense water sign. This moon will spark your creativity, like adding fuel to an already blazing fire, right? So this new moon is shining its light on your fifth house, which is all about self expression, creativity, and pleasure. And with the Pisces influence, your creative potential goes way up. You might feel drawn to things like art, music, writing, or any other kind of creative outlet. So it's like your inner artist is ready to come out and play. So this is your time to embrace your passions, try new creative things, and share your unique gifts with the world. So you might even have a bigger breakthrough or an aha moment that takes your art to a whole new level. So some of you Scorpio could be already dusting off your paint brushes or writing a new song. So that's a great way to do it. So moving on to Sagittarius, the adventurous fire sign, it suggests that you'll be focused more on home and family during this new moon. That seems a bit out of character for a sign that's usually off exploring the world. I mean, but for Sagittarius, this new moon is activating your fourth house, which is all about home, family, roots, emotional security, and the Pisces ruling planet this house. uh, you're yearning for a sense of belonging, connection. You might want to spend more time with loved ones, make your home more nurturing, or explore your family history. So it's less about traveling the globe and more about creating a sense of sanctuary right at home. So, yeah, and that's where the magic happens because when you create space, or I mean, when you create peace and harmony in your home life, you build strong foundation for the future adventures. So it's like you're recharging your batteries before setting off on your next journey. So that's a great way to deal with things. So Capricorn, ambitious and grounded earth sign. I see here that this new moon is all about communication for you. So does that mean that you'll finally share all those feelings that you keep bottled up? Well, for Capricorn, this new moon is highlighting your third house, and that's all about communication, learning, short trips. But as a Pisces, there's a gentler, more intuitive approach to communication now. You might feel like expressing yourself through writing, poetry, or maybe even music. You might also be more tuned into those nonverbal cues, those subtle energy shifts in your conversations. So less about formal presentations and more about connecting heart to heart. And this new moon wants you to speak your truth. Even it feels like a little scary or uncomfortable at first, you might find yourself sharing your dreams with loved ones, having those deep, meaningful talks, or just listening with more empathy and compassion. And some of you Capricorn here, I mean, are already could be already writing heartfelt letters or staying up late for deep conversations with someone. Okay, so you're talking with someone. Now it's Aquarius' turn, the Zodiac innovator. This new moon will highlight your finances and self-worth. So does that mean that you'll finally be balancing your checkbook and appreciating your unique talents? So, well, for Aquarius, this new moon is activating your second house, and that's the house of values, possessions, and self-worth. So because of Pisces, there's a shift. There's a shift from focusing on big collective ideals to valuing your individual contributions. So this could mean, so sorry for my camera stopped. So for Aquarius, this new moon is activating your second house, and that's the house of values, possessions, and self-worth. So because of Pisces, there's a shift from focusing on big collective ideals to valuing your own individual contributions. This could mean looking at your relationships with money, maybe finding new income streams that match your passions, or even just practicing self-care and acknowledging your inherent worth. So it's less about saving the world and more about investing in yourself for a change. So this new moon is all about you stepping into your power and realizing how much abundance is out there. When you embrace your true worth, you might find yourself attracting new opportunities, receiving unexpected gifts, or just feeling more confident and secure in your ability to make things happen. So I can see you brainstorming new business ideas or finally booking that retreat you've been dreaming of, like staycation, and that sounds about right. And now for Pisces, it's your time to shine during this new moon. I see that during this new moon, I see that it's time for you to for new beginnings and fresh starts. It's like a cosmic birthday party just for you, and it really does feel that way for you. This new moon is activating your first house, the house of self-identity and how you show up in the world. This is a big moment for you to embrace your true self, set intentions for the future, and make those dreams a reality. So it's like a cosmic invitation to reach your full potential, to embrace your intuition, your creativity, and your deep connection to the universe. So this new moon is all about you shining your light brightly and inspiring others with your compassion, empathy, and boundless imagination. So you might feel this surge of creative energy and renewed sense of purpose, or just this deep knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And wow, that's a beautiful thought. I can practically feel the magic in the air. So it's a powerful time for sure, that even if you're not a Pisces, you can still tap into this energy by bringing out those Piscean qualities within you. So yeah, so to wrap this up, stay in tune with your yin energy this time by empowering your feminine. Be more aware and cautious of your actions and words, as they can manifest big changes in your life. So until next time, kiss kiss.